Coming up on Wave TV, we bring you an update on the Walterboro kidnapping case.
And then Kristen Woody is back with a brand new music report. Good morning, Centerville. I'm Seth Buckworth.
And I'm Destiny Galbraith. Today is Friday, February 3rd, and Wave TV starts now.
I'm just a normal boy that sank when I fell overboard. My ship would leave the country, but I'd rather swim ashore. Without a life vest, I'd be stuck again. Wish I was much more masculine. Maybe then I could learn to swim like 14 miles away.
After being abducted from the hospital where she was born, Camilla Mobley spent 18 years under the roof of her kidnapper, only discovering this year the shocking truth about her past. Reporter Ann Bailey gives us the latest about the case.
Followed by Spencer Eula with more information on scholarships offered to Black engineering students. Mistaken identities have fascinated media for years, and stories such as Tangled and Switched at birth, but a real-life case of childhood abduction hits close to home. The story began 18 years ago when Gloria Williams, a woman who suffered a miscarriage, abducted infant Camilla Mobley from a Jacksonville hospital. She raised the infant as Alexis Manigo in Walterboro, South Carolina, a 45-minute drive from Somerville, where the truth came out.
That's pretty much all that she knew at that time. The brain kind of develops from back to front. The emotion center is where teenagers are. I would think emotionally it would be pretty overwhelming without that prefrontal cortex being fully developed in the brain.
Members of the Walterboro community share their perspectives.
Felt bad for the lady who actually kidnapped the child because she raised her as her own. Clearly she had issues. But then on the other hand, I felt bad for the family in Jacksonville. They lost their child, didn't know where their child was for 18 plus years. I feel for the lady and for the people who were involved, you know, the family, the daughter. I don't think that it speaks ill of the community or of Walterboro itself. It was an isolated incident.
She was a really nice lady. I actually spoke with her the night before she had got arrested. She never failed to speak, asked about my family, asked about me, my brother, everybody. You know, we're all pretty close, so it's pretty shocking. Alexis, she was a very sweet girl. It's a shame that this had to happen to her.
I heard about it from my grandfather. I knew some people that talked about her. I have a couple of friends that knew her. Everybody's been talking about it. I don't know how to think about it, you know?
Gloria Williams was held here at the Colleton County Jail before being booked to a Jacksonville holding facility where she will await trial. She faces charges of kidnapping and interfering with custody. Reporting for Wave TV, I'm Ann Bailey.
The National Society of Black Engineers is a program designed to guide students interested in engineering careers to their goal.
The National Society of Black Engineers is an organization that is geared towards encouraging more minorities into going into engineering. We teach them interview skills, studying skills, and a lot about what it takes to be a professional engineer. Probably around 90% get some form of scholarship or co-op or intern, or at least they gain some type of professional advantage in becoming a professional engineer.
Students of the program are taught at certain schools or facilities across the East Coast.
We coordinate with high schools and middle schools and colleges to just talk to their engineering students, make sure they're aware of all the opportunities as far as scholarships and co-ops go. We don't have our own facility right now. We're meeting at a few different places around town just to hold our general body meetings. I encourage more of our young people of all walks of life to go into the engineering field. That it's quite beneficial for you as an adult. Financially, it's beneficial. Personally, you get to meet a lot of interesting people, go a lot of interesting places, and everything you do does have an impact on the world.
If you're interested, you can sign up by going to nsbe.org. For Wave TV, I'm Spencer Eula.
Thanks, guys. A long-held debate has been over whether or not technology helps or harms our education in the classroom. Samantha Fauner tells us more.
And then reporter Seth Buckworth shines some light on how being absent can impact our grades.
As technology has advanced over time, teachers have been using it more and more in their classrooms. However, some teachers stick to a more traditional way. Biomed teacher Mrs. Litz shares how she involves technology in her classroom.
We use Google Drive almost exclusively to hold all of our information. That's where they access things. They turn a lot of their work in online. It's accessible anywhere. They can get access to it from home, on their phone, on their iPad, wherever they would need to. So if they're absent, it's very easy to get to.
On the contrary to Mrs. Litz, English teacher Miss Kerr opposes technology in her classroom. She gives us her insight.
In the past, when I've allowed students to use their phones, I found that they got so caught up in what song is coming up on my playlist, or oh, I just got a text message, that they weren't actually getting anything done. They get so focused on what's going on their phone that they don't actually do their work. And that was a problem, so I said, you know what, let's just ban the phones altogether unless we actually have a specific purpose for them.
Reporting for Wave TV, I'm Samantha Fauner.
Somerville High School has an attendance policy that allows any one student to have 10 unexcused absences. This may seem few in number, but content-wise, you miss valuable instruction. Ms. Lee, an attendance official who is well-versed on the topic, elaborates.
Attendance affects your grades, most obviously by when you are not in attendance, you're not getting the instruction time you need in the subject category that you're in.
If you do happen to miss days, remember to bring in written notes or medical excuses. These simple slips of paper excuse missed days, thus reducing your amount of unexcused absences.
It is very important to bring in notes. Notes. I don't care if it was last week, if it was last month, and I tell kids this all the time. Please, always bring a medical note in.
The school has disciplinary actions planned for those who miss an excessive amount of days without turning in excuses.
Once they reach 10 days, we will refer them, we have what we call a PIC, which is an attendance contract meeting with the parent and the student to find out why they're not bringing notes, what the problem is, why they're not letting us know what's going on. And most of the time that works and we get notes.
Remember to turn in those notes, Somerville. I'm Seth Buckworth.
Thanks, Samantha and Seth, for that information.
In student news, this year the prom committee is having a promposal competition. The couple with the best promposal wins a free prom ticket for them and their significant other. The competition ends when prom tickets go on sale in March. Tag your promposal videos on social media with the hashtag SHSMetGala.
If you're interested in supporting the Ronald McDonald House, collect your soda can tabs and drop them off in room 170 in the morning, room 165 during ILT, or if your teacher has a collection box, you can drop them there, or ask your teachers to put them in Miss Monroe's mailbox.
For those interested in the theater program, ITS is an honor society dedicated to those who enjoy acting or technical theater. Meetings are bi-weekly in the theater trailer, and there are out-of-school events once a month. This is a great opportunity to be introduced to the theater and to meet people who share your interests. The next meeting will be held on February 8th, and then another one on February 22nd.
Next year, the dance department would like to have an all-boys class focusing on the athleticism and art of dance. For more information, stop by room 402 or sign up with your guidance counselor.
Speaking of dance, the dance department are selling Chick-fil-A breakfast biscuits for $3 each to be delivered to your bay on Valentine's Day.
Now, reporter Tessa Harvey takes us behind the scenes of SHS's Photography Club.
And then Ellen Guilford hits the halls with some term trivia to see just how much you know.
Somerville High School has many clubs, one of which is photography, led by Mr. Dillinger. Photography Club gives students a fun and creative environment to learn the ins and outs of taking photos. Mr. Dillinger shares with us what the Photography Club is and how he keeps his students entertained with photography.
Photography Club is for the students that feel like they don't get everything they want to out of the class. So to keep them interested, it's kind of just, it's based on what their own individual needs are and their own individual passions are, and sort of I cater to what the students are interested in.
The president of the club explains more on what Photography Club is and how she feels about the club.
We actually do our best to teach people who don't know that much about photography different tips and tricks. So if you're not in actual photography class, you can still learn quick things if you want to take better photos.
The vice president shares his favorite parts about Photography Club.
I love taking pictures of people because it's just, they're always different, everyone's different, and if you take a picture of someone one day, it can be different 2 days from then.
Then a Photography Club member shares his opinion with us on Photography Club.
Just get to talk with others that know a lot about photography, and they can help you out if you have any issues, and you can just learn a lot more about the art.
Photography Club meets on Wednesdays every other week. Drop by room 177 to join in on the fun. For Wave TV, I'm Tessa Harvey.
The English vocabulary is loaded with plenty of unknown terms and expressions. Wave TV hit the halls to see just how extensive Somerville High School's term knowledge is.
What is your opinion on women's suffrage?
I don't think it's right.
I do not know what that is. What is women's suffrage?
Women's suffrage, honestly, I think it's not right. I think it shouldn't happen at all. If let's say somebody hurts a woman, I think they should get jail time.
Women should have the right to vote. Women are equal to men.
Would you ever go belly up?
Belly up?
What does it mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna go yes, I would.
Yeah.
Well, you have to sometime. So, no, not at the moment.
Would you ever want to grease someone's palm?
Yeah,
Right, why?
because I think it'd be funny.
Like lick it or?
Whatever, I grease someone's palm. Sure.
You would? All right.
Yeah, of course.
Grease? I don't think so.
Yeah. That was the point.
Yeah, like that's why I asked him. I was like, "Do you mean like lick it?" Here, like lick my palm.
No.
Lick my palm.
No.
So you don't want to do it? Yes, I would. Here, I'll lick your palm.
Ah, it's so nasty. Oh. Let me give it back to you.
All right, fine. There.
Reporting for Wave TV, I'm Ellen Guilford.
Oh.
Yeah, of course
They're
it don't
both
work.
broken.
Thanks, Ellen and Tessa.
To close the show, we have Kristen Whitty kicking off the weekend with a brand new music report.
Good morning, Somerville. I'm Kristen Whitty, back with another music report. In hip-hop and R&B news, Bad and Bougie hits the top spot on Billboard's Hot Rap charts. After a shout-out from Donald Glover at the Golden Globes, rap trio The Migos are facing more exposure than they've ever had before. They've definitely come a long way from their 2013 hit single, Versace, receiving 4 BET Award nominations. The hip-hop and R&B artist to watch is Bryson Tiller. The Kentucky-born singer, endorsed by Drake, made a lasting impression when he released his claim-to-fame hit single, Don't. He's won 3 awards in his short career and released his debut album, Trap Soul. In rock and alternative news, Twin Wind Pilots is coming to Charleston. The Fueled by Rammstein rock duo have been on their emotional roadshow tour since May of last year, and on February 26th, they'll be at the North Charleston Coliseum. The set list will include songs from all their past albums, including covers of iconic songs. The concert's coming up pretty soon, so if you don't have any tickets, it's okay. Just have your friend live stream it for you. The rock artist to watch is indie rock duo Voxygen. Their psychedelic sounds have given them recognition from critics like Entertainment Weekly and the Rolling Stones, which applaud them for their light and sometimes trippy take on indie. Voxygen recently released their 3rd LP titled Hang and will be touring to Georgia and North Carolina in this upcoming April. In pop news, Ed Sheeran finally released new music after a year-long hiatus. The newest album, titled Divide, which complements his last 2 albums, Multiply and Plus, has been set to be released on March 3rd. But if you can't wait that long, the pop star has released 2 songs off the album, Castle on the Hill and Shape of You. The pop artist to watch is Camila Cabello. Becoming the Zayn of Fifth Harmony, Camila left the group recently to go solo and hasn't been doing too bad. She teamed up with rapper Machine Gun Kelly for their song Bad Things and Shawn Mendes for I Know What You Did Last Summer, both of which reaching Billboard's top 20. That's it for this music report. Until next time, Somerville, for Wave TV, I'm Kristen Whitty.
Good morning, Somerville. Today you probably noticed some raindrops with there being a 40% chance of precipitation. Today is going to be a low of 40 degrees and a high of 70 degrees. Perfect weather to start off your weekend. On to Saturday, looking forward to it being mostly cloudy, beginning your day. That should clear up around noon, giving you more sunshine, letting you take care of any daily tasks. Temperature that day will be a low of 41 degrees and a high of 56 degrees. Ending your weekend Sunday, you should be expecting heavy rain with there being a 70% chance of rain around noonish. The temperature on Sunday will be at a low of 46 degrees and a high of 70 degrees. That's your weather for this weekend. I'm Trayvon Flood.
Thanks, Kristen.
That's all we have for you today, Somerville. Remember to tag your pictures with hashtag WaveTV to end up on the show.
For Wave TV, I'm Destiny Galbraith.
And I'm Seth Buckworth. Have a great weekend, Somerville.
Yeah.